welcome everyone to a hurricane edition of Suplexes, Scores, and Save Points. I am Ryan. Today I'm being joined by my co-host. It is the current SSSPOD predictions champion, the blurry, the fuzzy. It's Nathan.
What's up with that?
And also, he's back. He missed Friday, but he is back today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our other co-host. It's Jeff.
What's going on?
And yeah, like I said, it's Shane Helmsing outside our house right now. My internet's went out twice, so we're going to try to get this out of the way, get this done. It's been it's storming pretty hard here. So our other co-host is the hurricane today.
Yeah.
Speaking of the hurricane, our thoughts are with everyone that has been affected right now. That's pretty crazy out there. So if you're down in Louisiana, or if you know people down in Louisiana, but hope everyone's okay, and hope everyone is doing well down there. All right, we have a huge show. I have a feeling we're going to have some disagreements on this show. I have a feeling we're going to have some fun topics to talk about. We're going to start it off this week or today with sports, and I think we should probably get this one out of the way. We had a, quote, boxing match yesterday.
Well, there were two legitimate boxing matches on this card, and the rest of them were.
Yeah, I mean, what I saw from last night's boxing affair, if Tommy Fury and Jake Paul stepped in the same ring, I'm pretty sure Jake Paul gets slept in a round. But, he showed that Jake Paul showed that he can't take a real punch. And because after he took that one from Woodley that almost sent him through the ropes, he was gassed. He wasn't the same fighter after that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Woodley, if he was a little bit more of an experienced boxer, I think he could have won that pretty easily. But he spent too much time waiting around. He did that.
Well, this is what you run into now.
Yeah.
Nathan, this is what we run into. Jake Paul still has yet to fight a boxer. He's never fought someone that actually is a boxer, and he won't.
Yeah.
They asked him about going to MMA to fight Woodley or McGregor. He says, no, because I don't do MMA. Well, they don't do boxing, but they're going to fight you, and they still knock your head off every fight. You're protected. You are not the problem child. You are the protected child.
Yeah. That is very true. But, if Woodley, he did that in the UFC too in his last few fights, which he lost all four of those last four fights too. And he just waits around too much. And if he wouldn't have done that, I think he could have knocked him out. We did have some legitimate fights on there though, Ryan. We had two legitimate fights. We had a Dubois. How do you say his name? Dubois?
I don't know.
Anyway, it was his American debut. This guy is humongous. This was a heavyweight fight. He is very young. He's in his 20s. The other guy was kind of on his way out. He's in his upper 30s. But he knocked that guy down 3 times in one round. Like, he waylaid on him, and he looked impressive. That was a legitimate fight. The other legitimate fight was a women's title fight, Ryan, with a woman that has held belts in 7 different weight classes. What the hell? How's that even happen?
There's 7 weight classes in women?
Yeah.
I really didn't know that there were that many.
Probably separated by like 5 pounds, but still counts.
That is true. That is true. But this was 2 champions going at it, and they went at it. I mean, that was the fight of the night. They beat the crap out of each other. It was like, what was it, 10 2-minute rounds or 8 2-minute rounds, something like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Mauro Ranallo was on commentary. He's always entertaining.
Mamma mia!
But it was something. I don't know what'll happen next. He says he wants to fight one of the Diaz brothers next, but we'll see if that happens.
If there's anybody that has good striking, like Woodley, he hits hard, but he wasn't known for a striker. He's a career wrestler. He's not a striker. If you put Jake in there against McGregor, someone who's stand up only primarily, except for the guillotine he attempted on Poirier. But if you put him in there with the stand-up guy like McGregor, he's going to load that left hand up and he's going to sleep Jake Paul. Jake can talk all he wants, but he's getting slept by McGregor if they ever fight.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. We had a NASCAR race there, Jeff. Unfortunately, my guy didn't make the cut. He missed it by one spot. He's number 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's give us the rundown, Jeff. Who's in the chase?
Well, Tyler Reddick ended up securing the last spot, your guy's teammate there. And he didn't even finish the race, which is kind of ironic. It was just a melee show. It was just, I think NASCAR needs to go like with IndyCar, how they do it. You only get one move to block, and then you can't block anymore, because that's what's causing these wrecks. And I mean, you see these wrecks keep in fire and they keep getting larger. Even if they try to tone down the cars, it's only a matter of time till someone gets hurt again. And NASCAR's backpedaling once again. But with that being said, a big win from Ryan Blaney. Didn't have to do much to win. I don't think he would have won the race. I think Kevin Harvick or maybe the resident mighty guy, Daniel Suarez, would have won. But Kurt Busch forgot how to drive apparently and turned out the whole field. But yeah, it was a pretty nice race, honestly. The Xfinity race was the best race of the weekend. 3 wide coming to the checkered, 3 colleague teammates leading each line. It was really nice. Formula One had racing this week as well. They only ran 3 laps behind a pace car because it was downpouring so much, and they called the race official after that. So there's some scrutiny over that, but I guess you don't have windshield wipers and you're going about 200 miles per hour. So
yeah, it might be a little dangerous. Yeah. The NASCAR standings going into the first race of the playoffs this weekend, it's Kyle Larson leading the way, obviously.
He's just good.
Martin Truex Jr. is second. Ryan Blaney gets third with that 3rd win he just picked up. Kyle Busch is 4th. Chase Elliott 5th. Alex Bowman at 6th. Denny Hamlin 7th, even though he's not won a race yet, but he's in 7th place. William Byron 8th. Joey Logano 9th. Brad Keselowski 10th. Kurt Busch 11th. McDowell 12th. Christopher Bell 13th. Eric Almirola 14th. Tyler Reddick 15th. And Kevin Harvick rounding out the playoffs. And like Nathan said, Austin Dillon barely missed out of the playoffs, running in 17th.
Damn it.
All he had to do was win, Nathan. All he had to do was win. We got in.
Yeah.
Couldn't win a race all year. Those are getting.
All right, Ryan, what's this legitimate football you're talking?
NCAA. We had NCAA football week. I guess technically this was week 0, as they call it.
Yeah.
We had actual games between actual teams with actual.
All the big ones happen next. All the big ones happen next week.
All the big ones. My Illini played. You little son of a bitch. Illinois and Nebraska played one of the big games. Illinois wins it 30-22. They actually had to play their backup quarterback as Brandon Peters went down in the first quarter, and Sikowski came in and threw 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looked very, very good. Very good. Very good first game for Illinois. We'll see what they do, though, in the mighty Big Ten. Other games include Fresno State blowing out UConn 45-0.
Woo.
UCLA beat Hawaii 44-10. UTEP went to New Mexico State and won 30-3. And San Jose State beat Southern Utah 45-14. So not a single close game other than Illinois and Nebraska. Real football's back.
I mean, you do say real football's back, and, we make fun of the preseason a lot. There were some actually interesting good finishes to preseason.
There were some great preseason games last week. Some games came down to the wire, and it was actually pretty exciting. It was some good football. And speaking of football, within the next couple of days, we will be doing our NFL preview show before the games start on Thursday. So we have to get this in sometime.
Yep. So we got some NFL news here. Ryan, apparently, I don't know how I feel about this. really questions some morals for some teams. Let me tell you, there are still teams wanting Deshaun Watson, and the Texans reportedly, these are rumors. They haven't like officially came out and said this, but the rumors are that they wanted 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for him. The Dolphins are one of the teams that really are still interested, apparently, because
That doesn't
and
surprise me.
that's according to Yahoo Sports. And but yeah, that's why would even if he gets cleared of everything, even if he like settles all that, he's not injured, he might try to lead you to a Super. Why would you want to bring that into your locker room?
Yeah.
I mean, you're the fan backlash, what it looks like from the outside looking in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
I don't think it's worth it. That's not Tua.
That right now, it's not worth it. You don't want to bring him in right now, because you bring him in, he gets found guilty. You just gave up 3 first-round picks for somebody who's never going to play.
The reports are that they would get pick security. So
they would.
Yeah.
But still,
what happened to their big guy they drafted, Tua? What are they on second guesses about drafting Tua?
They lost faith in him last year. They gave him like half a year, and they're like, "Yeah, you're not going to work out." It's crazy.
I knew he was a bust coming in. Russell Wilson is the same size, so size isn't the problem. His decision making, he can't throw a ball at an NFL level. I mean, the opening preseason game on the first drive, he threw an interception. I mean, it's preseason.
Yeah. So that's some big news there.
It's okay. They got Jacoby Brissett, so he'll probably end up being the starting quarterback. So
I hope that's not true about surely teams wouldn't be that stupid. They got to have some PR people.
An update to that, Nathan. Their coach did come out and say today that they declined to confirm or deny that they engaged in talks, but he said that we want players with high character. We have a high standard for the people we have in this organization. We want people with high character throughout the building.
But then why didn't you just come out and say, no, we didn't talk to him?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, they obviously did, because every time they say no comment or refuse, they did it. If they don't say that,
that's so bad.
So
anyway, so that's some bummer of some news there. Let's see. We have any baseball, Ryan. Did you see that the Reds are spiraling out of control?
A little bit.
They keep losing, but the Padres keep losing too. So as long as that keeps happening, they will earn a spot.
So right now they still currently have the last wild card spot. They are not getting that first wild card spot at all. The battle right now is between 3 teams for 1 spot. Cincinnati still currently does hold that second wild card spot in the National League, but San Diego now only a game and a half out from them. So
what about the American League side? What we got over there?
The American League, it's still anybody's matchup. New York currently holds the first wild card spot. They are up 2 games on Boston, and then Oakland is 2.5 back from Boston. So, they can still catch them. There's still like a whole month of baseball left, so it can change on. Teams can go on 6-game losing streaks as we've seen. So, and the Yankees currently are on a 2-game losing streak, so it could happen. But baseball is coming down to the wire. Like I said, we got about a month left till we get to the playoffs, and then anything can happen.
Let's jump into. We got any other sports news besides? What about WNBA? Where we at in the standings there, Ryan? Make this WNBA playoffs.
Okay, the WNBA, we are down to there's only a couple games left. I think there's not much left here. But the current standings, first place overall is the Connecticut Sun at 20-6. They have clinched a playoff berth. The Las Vegas Aces are in second. They have also clinched a playoff berth. Seattle Storm also in. They have clinched a playoff berth. Minnesota is 4th. Phoenix is 5th. Chicago 6th. Dallas 7th. New York 8th. Washington and Los Angeles are still in the running. Atlanta and Indiana have no shot. Indiana's won 5 games, though. Put them up. Give me 5.
5 on it.
As Big E would say, I need 3 ain't enough. I need 5.
That was way back there, Ryan. That was
Hey man, I love that gimmick.
I did too, but that's like what?
We talked about Hurricane at the beginning of this podcast. What are you
Okay.
talking?
Oh, yeah, but how many people know Big E's NXT gimmick? I mean, come on now. You're stretched.
Let's go to the CFL real quick. In the Eastern Division, Toronto is leading the way with 2 wins and 1 loss, or 4 points. I guess I go by points up in Canada. They make everybody do math up there. Toronto is in first place with 4 points. Hamilton is in second with 2. Ottawa also has 2. Yeah, the Tiger Cats. Ottawa, the Rough Rider. What is Ottawa? The Rough Rider.
Tiger Cat.
The Ottawa has 2 and Montreal also has 2. So
Bigger question is, are we still going to cover the CFL story?
I mean, I'll forget about it, but and in the West, Saskatchewan is in first place.
Thank you, Jeff.
Winnipeg has 6 points. British Columbia has 4 points. Edmonton has 2 points, and Calgary has 2 points. There you go. That's your CFL update.
All right.
All right.
It. All right. Let's get into some. Let's go ahead and jump into wrestling. We'll do video games last.
Ooh, okay. Well, we're going to start off with something we're probably going to be on opposite ends of the fence on. During Smackdown, it was announced. We're going to talk about Smackdown, but I want to get this out of the way. Apparently, there's going to be a new NXT logo. It was tweeted out during Smackdown. And this, I'm gonna say something here. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I like it. A lot of people jumped on they're being like AEW bandwagon because AEW's background has a bunch of colors. I'm like, that's not even the same thing. It does look like something out of like the 90s. A little bit. It's if you've not seen it, if you're watching the video, I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see the new logo. It was something. It's something. We'll see.
Like I said, in our group chat, like I told you guys, and this is new for the viewers, but what are they going to do with the ropes now and the belt? Are the ropes going to be tie-dyed? Is the belt going to have just paint splattered all over it? I mean, where do they go from here? They built their brand around black and gold. They built their brand around being what it is, and now it looks like they just had some kid freaking finger paint the new logo or some shit.
Okay. I'm going to
rebuttal. It looks like Nickelodeon.
I'm going to rebuttal though. Yes. So here's the thing. NXT for their entire existence has been the underground. They've always been the underground. They've always been this, we're not WWE.
Now they're the undercrown.
But
crayon.
Jesus. But now they're on national TV. You can't be underground and be on USA Network.
Why not?
Because
I think they're going to lose their USA Network contract, honestly. I mean, USA is not happy with them pre-taping stuff. And, they're on thin ice anyways, the way it is.
The pre-tape is because they're doing work in the Performance Center or whatever.
Yeah.
So, they have to. I don't know. Look, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. This is the first of many things we're going to disagree on this podcast. So get ready.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I don't like it.
I like it.
Let's go ahead and jump into the world of SmackDown, Ryan.
I love this SmackDown. I loved the SmackDown. I think a lot of people did not like it. I love this show. This show was great from top to bottom. They really advanced storylines. They had some good returns. They had some good matches. I had no problem with anything on this show. It was great.
3. I got 3 problems.
Disagree
with
again.
it.
Here we go.
Liv Morgan should have won. We sure as damn know that Bianca ain't beating Becky. So, I mean, at least give Liv that spotlight. She's improved as a wrestler. She's done the developmental role like they want them to do. Why not? I mean, even if she loses to Becky, at least she gets that rub. Why not put her in that spot to lose? I mean, I understand.
I agree with you there. I agree with you that Liv maybe should have won. But Liv looked great in this match. So it's not like she got buried, as some people were. But if you had Bianca lose, she's already lost to Becky in 20 seconds or whatever, SummerSlam. If you ever lose again, that's going to make her look even worse than she does.
So make it a multi-man match. Make it
not elimination. If it wasn't elimination, yeah.
Why make it elimination? Why make it elimination for one thing?
To make Bianca look strong. Because she eliminated all 3 people. She eliminated all 3 of them. So it made her look strong.
And I mean,
here's the thing, though. Everyone on the internet complained that they buried Bianca Belair. Then they go out and they make Bianca Belair look strong. And now everyone's complaining again. You can't win no matter what they do.
That's because they brought Liv Morgan back and stuck her in that role. They shouldn't have done that. They should have all the other chicks there that have already been getting beat by Bianca get beat by Bianca.
This is the second gripe that leads into this same topic. Where the hell is Toni Storm? Why was Toni Storm not in that match?
Okay, that I will agree with. I don't know where he was. I don't know. I don't know where Toni Storm was. I'm not sure why she came by for one match and has not been seen since.
Yeah, and number three, where the was Brock Lesnar? You have him do this amazing comeback, and then he doesn't show up.
Did you really
advertise him? He was advertised.
Not only was he advertised, but Ryan, he's a face now. That part-time shit worked when you're a heel. When you're a face, you're supposed to be there.
But we all knew he wasn't going to be full-time.
He signed a 1.5-year deal with 8 appearances.
8 matches.
I figured
it says 8. It says 8 matches. Now I don't know if that means the amount of appearances. He could have more appearances.
True.
But 8 matches is a lot more than he was doing.
That puts him what? Extreme Rules probably, and
Crown Jewel,
Survivor Series,
Survivor Series Rumble,
Mania,
and a couple after.
And
so if he's winning the belt, so he's gonna win the belt. I mean, from Roman and hold on to it until. I think he's their scapegoat. Here's my plan, guys. I think Brock Lesnar is their scapegoat in case they can't get The Rock versus Roman at Mania next year.
I agree.
I don't know. I like this show.
It was okay.
I really liked it. You had Cesaro come back. He came back. Had a decent match with Chad Gable till interference from Otis. They jumped him, but glad to see him back. Sami Zayn came back, had a fantastic match with Dominic Mysterio. It was one of Mysterio's best matches. I really liked that match. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Rude defeated. That one was a throwaway match. But the best part of the show, Happy Corbin, baby. Baron Corbin, I don't care what anyone says. He knocks it out of the park, regardless of what they give him. They give him shit. He turns it into gold. Baron Corbin is the greatest thing. Him and Roman Reigns, I could watch an entire 2-hour show with just those two.
Could you imagine?
So great.
Could you imagine a SmackDown where the commentary team is McAfee, Cole, and Kevin Owens?
Dude, Kevin Owens was great on commentary. I love Cole. I loved Owens on commentary.
I don't want him to get too comfortable doing that though, because we need him as a wrestler. SmackDown don't have very many people. As this.
It would be they'd pull a Samoa Joe on him and fire him if he's just an announcer.
Also, the big thing that happened on the SmackDown was something that didn't happen on SmackDown. There was no Adam Cole.
Yeah, so they were teasing. So they were teasing a mystery opponent for Dominic Mysterio, and everyone got their hopes up, me included. I tweeted it. I said, "Oh boy, here we go. It's going to be Adam Cole." And then it was Sami Zayn. I had that brief moment of disappointment, but then I was like, "Oh shit, Sami Zayn's back." So
as of this podcast, all of the dirt sheets are saying he has not signed anywhere yet.
Yeah, he is now
So-
officially a 100% a free agent and can sign anywhere in the world. Also on the show, I really like Naomi came back and has a little storyline going with Sonya, who was on her phone, didn't even know Naomi came into the office, and Sonya's like, and Naomi came, hey, I'm here, I'm back on SmackDown, I'm ready for my match, and Sonya's like, oh, I didn't even know you were here.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, well, maybe I'll work you in next week. So great. Good show. Great show. I had no
Yeah.
problem.
What
No
about Rampage? What did you think of Rampage? That was the other
I had
Friday
problems
show.
with this show. No, this show was something.
I mean, hey guys, on the bright side again, we get to see Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers for the 51st time.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a problem with them winning.
I have thoughts on this. My first thought is maybe this was to because I don't think Christian's going to beat Kenny Omega. I mean, I know we're going to make our picks later on the next episode, but
Yeah, Friday.
I don't think Christian's going to beat Kenny Omega.
No.
So, and I don't think they want. I think when Kenny Omega loses that title, the Young Bucks are going to lose the tag team titles at the same time. That's my thought. So I think that's why they had the Lucha Brothers win, because they've already beat them once. They already have titles in AAA. I could see them losing here. So they didn't want to beat the the Jurassic Express again. They want to save them. I mean, they could be the ones that beat them. It could be Santana and Ortiz, build them up, maybe. I don't know. But I just don't think that they wanted to have the Jurassic Express get beat again by the Young Bucks.
Or the Young
So I
Bucks
think
pulled a Hogan there, and they said, that's not going to work for me, brother.
But that match was okay.
Good match.
We'll talk about the matches here. Too many super kicks Young Bucks usually do a lot of super kicks. The Lucha Brothers,
They threw about
take it
17
up
on
to
them.
11.
They threw about 40 of them in this match.
It was ridiculous.
And they actually won. They thrust kicked Luchasaurus like 4 times in a row, and then they spiked him on his head.
Yes, they did.
And that's how this match ended.
Best part of the show is they were in Milwaukee, the defending the national champions of NBA, and Giannis was in the crowd losing his freaking mind the whole show.
He was loving it.
They had him sitting where the hard cam is, and he's so tall that he kept popping up in the screen like the whole time. Like you just see him towering above all these other people, just losing his mind. That was cool. What were the other matches on the show, Ron?
The Bunny took on Tay Conti.
Not a great match.
Not a great match, and the Bunny won, which I was very upset at because I wanted to see Tay Conti win so I could see her dance.
Agreed.
But the Bunny won. Then the main event, we had a tag team match as Kenny Omega and the worst professional wrestler in the world, Brandon Cutler, took on Impact World Champion Christian Cage and the Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian, who, by the way, I completely forgot was even on this roster. He hadn't done anything in like a month.
Yeah.
Then he just comes back and is like, oh, it's the Elite Hunter. He's the worst hunter in the world. He's such a hunter.
You take pages back from when John Cena was hunting down Nexus in like 2012, 2011. That was good because he actually went to hotel rooms. He went to parking lots.
Yeah,
he found them and hunted them. Frankie Kazarian's like, oh shit, they're in the same arena as me. Let me go down there and narrowly miss him every time.
But then, then he never does anything. He never gets his hands on him.
Yeah. The funniest part of this was in the back. John Callis was talking about how they had basically this bad mouthing Brandon Cutler, and Brandon Cutler standing right behind him the whole time.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
Christian and Kazarian gets the win as Christian pinned Cutler.
Yeah.
And I think Jericho listens to this podcast because last time I talked about his commentary, I said that I didn't like that he yelled the whole time, and then this week he said, "I know I'm yelling and I don't care. I know I'm yelling and I'm so excited." So,
hey Jericho, if you're watching this, man, just come on the podcast. Just Just come
Jericho,
on.
if you're watching this, I don't know what I hate more, by the way. Jericho's wrestling or Jericho's announcing. Well, I don't know.
Please come. Please. Way to try to get him on the podcast there, Ryan. God damn.
Yeah, I buried it. Sorry. Jericho, I like you. Come on.
I mean, Jericho, like, I don't know if he can do a lion salt anymore. I don't know if he can rotate. But if in his next match we see him do one, this is a proven fact that he watches his podcast. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So other thoughts, Ryan? I got a question because I've been trying to look it up on the internet. Can't really confirm it either way. Is the Paul White QT Marshall match off of All Out?
You know what? I don't know.
They did not show it when they were going through the matches.
According to now this is Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, it is still listed, but who knows?
well,
Yeah,
speaking of which, guys, a notable free agent AEW signs is not on the All Out card. Malachi Black is not on the All Out card.
Yeah, they're slow burning him just like they did in WWE. He's,
Yeah. So he's doing way better.
Unless he does something on Dynamite to set up something. I don't
They've
know.
already
He
got
could
10
fight.
matches.
Well, the
Give
only
me-
match
Go
I
ahead.
could see him doing a really quick match against Dustin Rhodes, like
That
a really quick knockout.
either that or he destroys the young the big the small guy.
I tell you what,
What's his face?
Marco.
No, the guy from the Nightmare Factory. The black guy. The what's the frick's his name?
Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, that guy. They
Or
can do
Aaron
that.
Solo. But I mean, the thing is, this is what I want to see. Tony Khan said he's going to bring in all these free agents. He's going to make AEW the best show ever. If that's the case on All Out, give me Malachi Black versus Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of All Out, since we're on the topic, the rumors
Yeah.
are that Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson will be making his AEW debut on this show instead of the expected New York show that they're going to do, because apparently they're thinking that with the COVID restrictions, that New York show may not be that good or may not happen at all. So they're wanting to get him in now when they can. So
Yeah.
so we'll
Just
see.
in
I
case
don't know.
things
I
Come
don't
to a
know.
screeching halt.
Yeah, I don't know where he fits. Is he just going to show up?
I mean,
I think
you
he's going to
think
be. Oh, go ahead.
what this is also in line with him showing up. Does he badmouth WWE?
I
Because
hope
they
not.
are the reason he can wrestle again.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Their doctors cleared him.
Yeah, I hope
don't
not.
think. I don't think he will. I think he's going to come in. I think he's just going to come in and be like the Dean Malenko, and just
Well,
quiet, humble, just beat the crap out of people, because that's
Hopefully.
what he used to be.
that was the American Dragon when he was the American
And
Dragon.
I saw a picture of him, and he has shaved his head.
Yeah, he's
Pretty
looking.
sure he's going back to American Dragon.
Yeah, which means we get to hear it's the final countdown.
Now Brian can keep his theme from WWE. It came out.
Technically,
Do you
he
think they
can.
keep it?
He can, because that's like not copyrighted. It's just that's free music. His song from WWE. So just like Ric Flair,
Yeah,
like he can do that, use that song because it's.
And I would. I mean, why not?
But I think he'll go
I mean,
back. to
It's a
Final
good theme
Countdown.
song. It fits in.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Ric Flair doesn't show up in AEW coming out to Ric Flair Drip by the Migos, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not down for it if it's not that.
But speaking of Buddy Murphy, reports are that Buddy Murphy and Braun Strowman might sign with Impact Wrestling. So,
And the rumor is that Bray Wyatt might sign with Impact Wrestling as well.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
And now
there's
there's
all
also rumors Tessa Blanchard's going to NXT. So
Yeah, we
wrestling's
get-
all
yeah.
types of jacked up right now.
boy, I
That's
don't.
nuts.
Oof, I don't know.
Yeah,
About
she
that.
posted a picture with $1 Million Man bucks.
Yeah, but he's
dollars.
not in WWE anymore. He
But
left.
he was in NXT though.
But he left.
Okay, so maybe she just wanted to pose nude with some $1 Million Man.
That
I don't
sounds
know.
more likely.
Let's see here. We
right, let's-
had 2 NWA shows over
Oh
the
boy!
weekend.
So this
I
empowered.
unfortunately I unfortunately watched them both.
Me too. I just watched them both back to back today.
It was
Oof.
that women's show was
Oof.
it was hard to watch.
A lot of these matches were not very
I'm
good.
all for women's wrestling. I am. But my God,
Man, these matches were
this was campy as hell.
it was very reminiscent of like Glow.
No, not necessarily that. It wasn't that campy. It's just this was very, very indie. Like indie. This didn't look like a national TV show. This looked like indie wrestling at a ballroom. And
it's old school. It's where they used to wrestle.
Let's
go through these results and we'll talk about the matches as they happen. The first match was Diamante versus Chick Tormenta versus Kylie Ray.
Not a good match at all.
Not at all. This match was very slow. Chick Tormenta was very slow.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is, but she wrestled like she was 50.
Yeah.
Diamante won, which shocked me because Kylie Ray is wrestling on the NWA show against Mickie James, which I would assume she would have got the win.
No, the AEW chicks dominated in this.
Yeah. The Hex took on Hell on Heels, Renee Michelle and Soraya 7. The Hex is Asuka Marty Bell. This match was terrible.
Yeah.
This was very, very bad.
And then afterwards, they interviewed the Hex because the Hex got the win here. They interviewed him, and the Hex, they cut a promo, Ryan, that if they didn't win the belts, I'm pretty sure people would have been very upset because their promo basically said that they're going to win.
Yeah.
Because Marty Bell was talking about how she's the Dominican Republic's finally going to have a recognized champion, and it's like,
it was very weird.
Yeah, it's like
Damian Priest.
Yeah, just tell us what's going. Let's just tell us what's going to happen.
We had Red Velvet and Kylan King defeat the Free Babes, which is Jazzy Yang, which is Jimmy Wang Yang's daughter, which I did not know. You have Miranda Gordy, which is Bam Bam Terry Gordy's daughter, and you could tell.
Oh yeah.
And then Hollywood Haley J, who was somebody's daughter from OVW or something. So second generation wrestlers here. I really liked the Free Babes. I liked Miranda Gordy. I thought she was really good. They lost this match, but I thought they were really good.
Yeah. We had Gail Kim, Ryan, on this show. I know you love that. I know you love Gail Kim.
Fantastic. She came out and talked, and then Taryn Terrell came out with her people to come out, and then Awesome Kong showed up, ran them out, and then Awesome Kong retired, and it was a big emotional thing.
Did she retire like 4 other times?
I'm sure she's retired already, but
Let's see what else was on the show. What was the main event of the show?
Deonna Purrazzo defeated Melina. This actually was a decent match. I actually did not mind this match.
It was good for what it was. They tried very hard.
They were dressed exactly the same, and it was very hard to tell them apart. But Deonna and Melina had a very good match for it being Melina. Very good match. The Hex won the tag team titles, as we said. Camille defeated Layla Hirsch in a pretty good match. I think that match
surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, that match was pretty good. That was definitely Camille's best match he's ever done.
And then we had the Women's Invitational Cup Gauntlet, which was a pinfall or submission only Royal Rumble style match. Chelsea Green won this one. I don't know why everyone is so high on her. She is not good. I was not a fan of Chelsea. She did not look good in this match. And it may have been because she was in there with a bunch of people who aren't very good either.
Well, I mean, I don't know. She's hit or miss in her matches. But there's one thing I want to touch on that we mentioned earlier is how Deonna Purrazzo beat Melina.
Yeah.
Who beats Purrazzo? She's literally beat every female wrestler throughout 3 promotions.
Well, if the NWA 73rd anniversary show leads you to believe, it's probably going to be Mickie James.
Oh my God.
We'll get into that. Chelsea Green defeated Bianca Corelli, who is Santino's daughter. Did not look good. Debbie Malenko, who was in her 50s, who wrestled in the 90s. Lady Frost, who's okay. Jamie Senegal, who did not look very good. Genocide, who was a cyborg, not look good. Kiera Hogan, the only other wrestler in this match that was anything. Masha Slamovich was okay. Thunder Kitty, who was supposedly, and they said this, quote, 100 years old. That is her gimmick. Her gimmick was that she was born in 1921. What? And then we had Tootie Lynn, who was like her first ever match. So yeah, this match was clunky. You could tell Chelsea was the one leading the charge in this match. She was like directing the traffic. Yeah. Chelsea won this match when she earned a title match at the 73rd anniversary show. This show was something.
Yeah. So speaking of the 73rd anniversary show, Ryan, we had Ric Flair on this show.
He talked forever. It was the longest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. He talked for like 30 minutes about literally, it was like he was dying. He went on and talked to his whole career, talked about everything that's going on. He talked about Charlotte. He talked about Vince McMahon. It was like, what is going on? They just gave him a mic and go, let's go talk. It was nuts.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
We started the show off with Tim Storm, Tom Latimer, and Crimson in a hardcore match. It was called the Brawl in the Lou match, but it was a hardcore match. Crimson was attacked by his tag team partner, Jack Stain, before this match. Latimer did a swanton bomb off a ladder through a barricade, which was fucking nuts. This match was not good, though. Tim Storm won. And we had Conrad Thompson on commentary, which made it worse.
Oh, my God.
He was bad. I guess they didn't tell him this was a hardcore match because the whole time he's like, the ref's got to get some sort of control here. And the announcer's like, it's a hardcore match. This is all legal.
Yeah.
And he's like, but he can't be doing this. And the guy's like, it's a hardcore match.
We had Chris Adonis retain his national championship against James Storm.
Very decent match.
Yeah.
We had a 6-man tag, which was terrible. Tyrus, the Masked Man, Jordan Clearwater beat the Pope in the end. Mickey James defeated Kyrie Ray. They played this match up. It was a 5-minute match.
Yeah.
And then Deanna attacked Mickey afterwards, which leads me to believe she's probably going to challenge her at Bound for Glory.
Oh, boy.
Judas, who I don't know who that is, won a battle royal by last winning JTG in a terrible spot where he was supposed to do a springboard punch. He got up, fell over, got back up, and then springboard and like grazed the side of JTG's head, and the crowd hated it.
Oh boy.
Camille beat Chelsea Green for the women's championship, and this match was not as good as the match on Saturday.
That tells you right there. I mean, because Layla Hirsch hasn't been wrestling that long, but apparently she's a natural because, yeah
Chelsea's not. I don't know. Well, Rebellion won the NWA World Tag Team Championships. They came out with Conan, who's just, I guess, on every show possible now. He's with these guys in the NWA. He was with Pride and Powerful on AEW, and then he had his new LAX and MLW. It's like
it's all right, guys. Conan's just gonna show up on NXT with Legato.
Yes,
might as well.
Might as well. Well, if Triple H would have his way. But
then the main event, Trevor Murdoch versus Nick Aldis for the World Heavyweight Championship. Nick Aldis has been champion for over 1,000 days. And Trevor Murdoch.
And good old Mutton Chops beats him.
Trevor Murdoch beats Nick Aldis and is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a decent match. I mean.
Yeah, I liked it. But yeah, this show, the whole NWA thing is, they were catching fire before COVID happened. I was liking what they were doing.
Yep.
And then it came to a screeching halt, and it's like they forgot what they wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't do predictions on that madness because that was a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Let's jump into video games.
Hold
Ryan.
on. Before we get into video games, I got one more story.
What we got?
There's a new class of trainees in the WWE Performance Center with some pretty cool people actually. Gable Stevenson's brother has signed, Bobby Stevenson.
But not Gable.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming.
The 22-year-old Ben Buchanan, if that last name sounds familiar, it is in fact Bull Buchanan's son. Bull Buchanan, a former tag team champion in WWE. Brady Booker is a former football player. Jessica Woynilko, a gymnast, bodybuilder, and CrossFit athlete. But the biggest name on this list, Joseph Fatu, who is the younger brother of Jimmy and Jay Uso. So they have signed another member of the bloodline.
All I'm hearing is big guys that have no experience.
That's what they want now. That's what
That's exactly what they want.
By the way, Ben Buchanan is 250 pounds, 6'4".
Jesus.
Bobby Steven is 6 foot 220. Brady Booker is 6'3", 245. Joseph Fatu is 6'2", 240. And Joshua Dawkins, who is the nephew of NBA legend Daryl Dawkins. So they don't list his weight. So
you're telling me I'm 6 foot tall. I just need to gain 100 more pounds and I can be in the WWE.
Dude, I'm 230 right now. Let's go.
It's insane.
It's all in my gut, but you know.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, let's jump into video games. We're gonna start off with a serious. You don't get serious stories, Ryan, in video games, but this was pretty serious here, Ryan. China.
The wrestler?
Ryan, no, not the wrestler. That country.
Sorry. I know we're trying to get serious, so I still had to crack a joke.
They have decided to make a rule.
Oh, yeah.
Because they think that people under 18 are playing too many video games in their country.
This is terrible.
They can only play video games, Jeff, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 1 hour on each of those days.
3 hours total a week.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
There's a rule.
I've played, let's see, just today alone, 4 hours of video games, and I'm normal-ish. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
insane.
normal functioning person of society.
Like, I knew China was crazy, but goddamn, it's insane, and they got the means to enforce it too. Unlike the United States, like it's crazy. So yeah, they think the video games are also like a drug, apparently. So yeah, it's insane, dude.
Yeah.
I think what did they call it? Spiritual opium is what they called it.
Yeah, something like that.
If you're over 18, you can play them still whenever you want, right?
Yeah, for you can't play them unlimited. Like online, they still limit you on how long you can play. It's insane, dude. Like their internet over there, they have something to where they can control what you're doing on your internet. So if you,
what if a guy's in the final 3 of Fortnite, about to win his 1000th game, and the clock strikes midnight, and homeboy loses?
Yeah. Well, you know, I think Fortnite's banned in China because of they put some Hong Kong stuff in there. So yeah, it's insane, dude. Yeah, sorry to bum us out starting out there. Let's see. Let's move on. Right. We had Nintendo. Let's see. We had a new game from Nintendo come out. We talked about the one last Friday, but we had another new game come out. Crap, what was it called? All right, I'll have to come back to you on that one. I had this stuff in my head before we started. Then we waited till the end to do video games.
This falls into something that's one of my areas on our podcast.
All right, let's go.
NASCAR Ignition gameplay finally came out, where it's I don't know, guys. I don't know about this one.
You don't sound too confident.
It looks all right, but it's only Cup Series. There's no trucks. There's no Xfinity. There's no late models like they have in the last 3 releases. It's strictly Cup Series. Yeah. And the cover of the game, only one guy on the cover of the game has won a race ever. Like, why? The cover's Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, and the other one might have won a race. I can't remember who the third person is. But Bubba Wallace, like, I know why he's on the cover. But, like, this dude barely finishes in the top 20 each race. And he's on the cover of a video game.
Yeah, that's kind of bogus.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge fan of, like, the NASCAR Heat series was very fun. I don't know why they stopped making it. It's weird. Yeah, the
It was
new
too
game
fun,
out.
Ryan.
Huh?
It was too fun. It was too fun.
Apparently it's too fun. Yeah, I guess they don't like you starting out in the modifieds and working your way up like 13.
I'd be okay with this new Ignition game if it was more like an arcadey style game.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be cool if it's something different. But yeah, if it's just the regular NASCAR game without all the bells and whistles, it's like, what the hell?
And also, I mean, in the new Call of Duty game that recently came out,
Yeah.
there are some plot holes in that game. They didn't have red dot sights back then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that a little bit of an oversight there. The Nintendo game I was thinking of was you're racing there. Help me out, Jeff, because it's the Cruisin USA. What was it called? It's a brand new Cruisin USA game coming out. Made just for the Switch. I can't remember the name of it, but that doesn't matter. It's Cruisin USA. Those arcade games, and it's coming out. It looks pretty cool. It's gonna be, it's Cruisin USA arcadey style racing. But the maker of that game did say that he would like to see the original Cruisin USA games, all the arcade games, get ported to the Nintendo Switch sometime, and that would be badass. I love going to the movie theaters and playing the Cruisin USA games, man.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Good memories.
I got some WWE video game news, but not 2K.
Oh.
They filed a couple.
Cell phone.
They filed some trademarks, and they're very interesting trademarks. One is WWE. They've tried a trademark for No Mercy. Now, what's interesting about this is they already own the trademark for No Mercy for pay-per-views. This trademark is for merchandising and video games. There's somewhere on that table. So they could be bringing back No Mercy. I don't know. They also filed for a trademark of WWE Brawl, which was a game that was supposed to come out like 10 years ago or so, maybe less than that, under THQ before THQ went under. It's kind of like a fighting Mortal Kombat style wrestling game. So I don't know if that's coming back under the same kind of game. And also, they trade for a trademark for video games for WWE Universe. So
that'll be a cell phone game.
Who knows what? Yeah. That's. So yeah, they got out some trademarks, which is weird. Okay.
I have felt better about WWE 2K22 though, and I get that everyone's not happy about them not putting out information until January, but they did have good reasoning. The head developer, he said they aren't because the more time they take to make press releases and snippets like you saw at SummerSlam takes away from them creating the actual game.
Yep.
Which, if that's the case and they're really this hard focused on making this game the best it can be, I'm really excited for it.
Right.
We do have a PS5 because I always like trashing PlayStation. We have a new PS5 model. There was the new model of the PlayStation 5, and apparently this PS5 has a smaller heatsink and runs hotter than the original PS5 model.
Yeah, it's a lot lighter, and that's probably why, because it has a smaller heatsink.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a PSA to everybody that watches this podcast. And if you are a scalper that keeps buying Xbox One X's, please, for the love of God, just let me get one. I've been trying for the last week. All right, just let me get one. That's all I need.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
What I don't understand is, how you stop the scalpers? Freaking Xbox and Play. Put the damn consoles in the stores to where we can physically buy them instead of buy them online. That's how you stop the scalpers.
Put a limit on them. Like, they can. You're telling me it's 2021 and they can't have a computer sit there and generate oh my God, you can't have a computer sit there. I'm having a brain fart right now. I was going somewhere with this. You can't. Okay, yeah, here we go. You can't have a computer sit there and read through all the God, I lost it again. The URLs. There we go.
Yeah,
and tell me where there's not one dude in China buying 20 of these from the same IP address. That's the other thing I was looking for.
Yeah.
IP. Yeah, that's what you wanted.
It's insane, dude. They use these encrypted crap, and they got these bots that buy 20 of them at a time. It's insane. I just don't understand it. Like I don't understand why we never had this many sold online before. Like, why wouldn't they put them in stores? I mean, I know you're not going to have that many in stores, but at least that gives some people better opportunities. Do the Black Friday shit where people wait in line.
They
3
think
a.m. I don't
people were
care.
gonna fight for them like they were, and that's the same thing with football cards and baseball cards, Pokemon cards. They think people are gonna fight for those, so they started making limits for them. Started, having them only sold at certain times. I'll let you all know on a heads up. I went to my Walmart the restocking day, fourth person in line on a morning, and guess what? There were no throwing hands. There were no throwing cards. Dude in front of me has literally handed me cards. Like, I think it's time to get stuff back in stores that, it's not all going to start a fight.
No, it's ridiculous.
No, people, it's insane. Ron, we got any releases this week?
We had a week. We had the free games for September for PlayStation leaked, but we're not sure if these are true or not. But this is the same place that leaked the August ones, and those ended up being true. So, if these are true, the leaked games will be Overcooked, All You Can Eat.
Yummy.
Hitman 2, not the old Hitman 2, but the new Hitman 2.
Those games are all right.
That Hitman series is so confusing over their history, by the way. They might just reset it and didn't even say. They're like, yeah, we're restarting the whole series. And then Predator Hunting Grounds.
That game sucks balls.
So those are the three that are supposedly, but they should be making an official announcement considering September is in 2 days.
Yeah, that's true.
This year's been crazy.
Yeah. But let's see if there's any releases upcoming. I mean, I'm sure there is, but let's see. We've got one game today.
All right. That'll be a good one.
It's a PC game called Book of Travels.
That was not a good one.
Boy.
But tomorrow we've got quite a bit. If you want me to go through tomorrow's games,
Go for it.
we've got Lamentum for the PS4 and PC. Prinny presents NIS Classics Volume 1 for the Switch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Kiwi for the PS5. Wrestler for the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Songs of Iron for the Xbox Series X. Guts and Goals for the PlayStation 5. Monster Harvest for the Switch. We have a bunch of winners. The Big Con for the Xbox One. Clid the Snail for the PS5 and PS4. And Beyond Mankind, The Awakening for the PC. And then a bunch of other weird ones coming up on September 1st. So yeah, these games are all weird. We got some weird ones this week.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's I didn't really know if I saw any other video game news that happened.
Oh well.
Yeah, nothing major.
NFL, Madden 22. They're gonna have a college game mode, in there.
Yeah, Campus Legends.
Thanks, Reggie Bush. Leaked it.
I think it's out now.
Is it out now?
It's coming at some point. If it's not already out, it's like previewed because people have been playing it. So
yeah, it looks all right. Not
basically it takes college teams and it takes all the best players and you can play. I don't know what it is. Is it part of Ultimate Team? I don't know what it. I really don't know what it is. But yeah, the Madden's just throwing out stuff instead of actually, I don't know, working on the core game.
Oh my God.
They're just going to keep throwing out all these random game modes to keep people happy. Like, look, I know the game sucks, but look, you can play as college teams now. Look.
Franchise mode is better this year. It's really improved, but the gameplay right now, they're gonna have to put like 12 patches in the next month. It's face mask visors aren't even touching some of the face masks, and it's errors and glitches are happening. It's not looking good right now.
Yeah. Good old EA. All right, Ryan. Is that going to do it for this episode?
That'll do it for this episode. Like I said, within the next couple of days, we'll work out the details. We will be doing our NFL preview show. We'll be predicting all the conferences, all the divisions, all the playoffs, and the Super Bowl. And we'll revisit that at the end of the year, and we'll see who we all probably going to royally screw it up because it's football. You can never really predict football.
whoever wins will get a football.
Sure. All right. That works. And then on the Friday show this week, we will be doing our all-out predictions. And that championship belt will be on the line. We'll see if one of us can take it off Nathan again. So yeah, that's what's upcoming this week on the YouTube channel this week. Another episode, as Nathan is going to get mad again, another episode of the Super Mario World Let's Play will be coming out, as me and Sean still have not finished that game. And also a couple more videos on quizzes that I've taken, wrestling quizzes, stuff like that. So keep an eye on the YouTube channel for all that fun stuff. Yeah. So that's going to do it. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Follow all the social media at SabraiENT to follow what we're doing. Exclusive videos on each thing, stuff like that. Yeah, that's good. I had a Jeff moment there. I lost my train of thought for a second. I just completely.
I think I had a mini stroke during mine.
I forgot what I was going to say. So that's going to do it. Thank you very much for listening and watching. We appreciate you. For Jeff and for Nathan, I'm Ryan. Here to remind you to always score if you can, save if you must, but always suplex when necessary.
Later.
See ya.